All right, good morning. Appreciate everyone joining here for our presentation on Meet Switchvox. My name is Joe Google. I've been with Sangoma for about 5 years, and I'm the product manager for our Switchvox product and Switchvox Cloud. And so I've got some material here to go through with everyone. I'll be taking questions. There is a box that you can submit those in, and I'll probably end up following up on those at the end as we go through the material here. But be sure to submit any questions if you need more information, and I'll cover that uh, when we get to the Q&A portion. So our agenda today is to cover some material just about Sangoma, who we are, talk about Switchvox as it relates to your deployment and your choices, talk about endpoints and some SIP trunking integration options, and then of course Q&A. So why do customers choose Sangoma? Well, we're a rapidly growing global B2B tech company that provides simple to use, comprehensive, and cost-effective business communication solutions. Our solutions deliver unified communications, or UC, which integrates voice telephony with everything else in our customers' desktops. So sophisticated business phone systems, integration of calls, voicemail, emails, click to call and chat, screen sharing, and so on. We're stable and growing. We've been around for a long time and understand communications. We know what we're doing. And 35 years of experience with telecoms, from being a board vendor to open source disruption with Asterisk and FreePBX to solution elements like boards or gateways, complete UC, and business communication solutions like Switchvox, which we'll talk more about here. So financially stable, $140 million Canadian, that's over 100 million US dollars. Publicly traded on the Toronto Stock Exchange, and our financial reports are available on our website. And so all kinds of customers choose Sangoma, from SMBs, schools, law offices or doctor's offices, to big enterprise like Baidu, Spotify, QVC, service providers like BT, Telecom Italia, Verizon, AT&T. We have awards, recent ones in 2020 here from Eastern Management Group, touting the best customer satisfaction over Ring and Vonage and so on. And remote work awards, certainly important in 2020 here, and Product of the Year award for Switchvox. So um, also noteworthy, of course, that we manage Asterisk and FreePBX, the largest open source communications projects in the world with millions of users. And Sangoma offers, the products, services, add-ons to this vast community, such as SIP trunking, phones, service support, gateways, SBCs. We provide the complete solution. Um, so, this slide here, Switchvox is very flexible in its configuration and deployment. We're going to have a few slides here to talk about, how that's been a big benefit for our customers this year in particular. So 2020 has obviously changed a lot in how we communicate between coworkers, with our customers. COVID has surely had an impact on every business operation to some degree. One of the biggest challenges for remote workers is staying connected with the resources available to employees in an office environment. If you're working from home, you might not have that same access or same sense of connectedness. So working virtually, doesn't come easily for everyone. Some of the challenges you and your teams may be experiencing, you might be unable to, access your work extensions remotely. Employees might be using their personal phones or phone numbers. You could have some lack of control. You have no facility or ability to manage queues or redirect calls. Customers' calls could be missed when a phone is not engaged. Someone's not able to answer it. No one's available. And there's potential business losses for those reasons, of course. No access to phone features. Employees might be unable to manage calls when they're not in that same physical office location together. Collaboration definitely can be feeling detached, having disparate tools that don't work together. So we've all had to adapt to some of these changes, and our communication systems and processes need to keep up to make that possible. And Switchvox has the tools needed to help you solve these problems. And of course, we'll talk more about some of those features here. Um, First, let's elaborate on deployment flexibility. Switchvox can be deployed on-prem using a Sangoma appliance or other server. It can be a virtual machine, or you can use our fully managed Switchvox cloud service. So it's the same software between these options. You have the ability to move between them and keep your history and configuration as your business grows and changes. So Switchvox gives users the ability to communicate how they want. We offer a full line of desk phones that are highly integrated and feature-rich. However, if your employees aren't coming into the office, they may not have a hardware desk phone. So we also have soft phones, both desktop, laptop capable, and mobile. And that lets your users take advantage of the Switchvox UC features. Um, we have a switchboard that provides a robust view into the communications within your company or the team or call center. And you can do a lot of stuff with it. We'll talk more about. It just depends on how you configure it, and it can be used really anywhere in the world. Um, so the last thing to note here is Switchvox, because we have all those flexible deployments, you can buy how you want. That could be a CapEx with on-prem equipment purchase, or more of an OpEx model where you have a consistent monthly bill by going with cloud. So lots of options in how you deploy it. And this slide talks more about that flexibility. So our dedicated hardware appliances are pictured there. All of them are 1U or smaller footprint. There's no racks or specialized equipment. As mentioned, you can deploy it virtually, and Switchvox is optimized for VMware or Hyper-V. And you can leverage failover for high availability options. And of course, VM deployment may help you save on standalone appliance costs. So cloud includes a very small upfront capital expense. And phone rental options. We have multiple plans available to pick the one that's right for you and your business. So, and here we'll talk a little bit more about that flexibility for your users. I mentioned the desk phone and soft phone with Switchvox. You can use some or all of them. An incoming call can ring multiple locations at the same time. A user can move that call between those endpoints easily. And that flexibility has been a big benefit to companies using Switchvox. And as with all of our Switchvox features, this is possible at no additional cost. Each user has a license that allows them to use all of their devices, and they can take their extension wherever they go. You can make mask their personal phone number with office extensions and numbers if you need to use your personal device. And it gives managers access and visibility to the business's calls. So that's great. And this slide gives you some visual on what some of those endpoints, those software endpoints look like. So on the left here, we have the desktop soft phone that's available for Mac and Windows. You can make and receive calls using the extension, chat one-to-one with your group or your colleagues, SMS with clients. You can send those text messages. You can video call with colleagues, screen sharing, presence control, be able to see, whether people are on the phone and so forth, access your visual voicemail, call history, and so forth. The mobile soft phone for iOS and Android there lets you dial manually, select, from your phone system contacts, your directory, or your own mobile phone contacts can be available in there as well. Dial from your favorites, missed call logs, and so forth. And we have a mobile chat app specifically for the chat portion. And that's got the same features as the desktop soft phone that I mentioned before with one-to-one and group chat, the history, and it allows you to continue conversations seamlessly between the two. So let's talk a little bit more about Switchvox in depth here. So some of the features, it's got the best value for your money. All features are included. I mentioned, it's got the UC to advanced contact center features, all for one low price. We'll talk more about the contact center features shortly here. It's remote worker friendly. You can operate your customer service environment virtually with access to every communication tool from wherever in the world you are. Very little setup required when you're transitioning from the office to working remotely. And so that, of course, in 2020 has been a big deal. It's got a virtual operator panel, the switchboard. It's an interface that provides call control for support or sales staff and managers to control calls and queues, monitor agent performance, and so forth. Really powerful. We'll talk more about that. You can integrate it with your existing tools. It can enable click to dial or screen pop notifications within the tools that you're already using, such as Microsoft Teams or Outlook, Salesforce, Zendesk, supported web browsers. We've got advanced call features, robust set to help process inbound calls more efficiently while handling, customer experience and priority callers, gives you callback features and so forth. And then you've got enhanced soft phone and mobile communications with the soft phone app we looked at, desktop and mobile device options. You can chat, video scaling, and so forth. Powerful reporting, and particularly that's important for your call centers, so that you can do both ad hoc and scheduled reporting directly from the web client. And you can get granular information in a graphical format, making it quick and easy to tell how your business is doing, how well you're helping and responding to customer calls and so forth. We've got flexible IVR or automated attendant, so that you can route those inbound calls more efficiently and reduce agent call administration time while providing, great service to your customers here, and options like multilingual or custom music, call on hold play, and special announcements, and priority routing. And then we've got training tools. Those are available, for our call centers, where they want to be able to do whisper barge or call recording to enable supervisors or quality assurance coaching. And we'll talk more about all those call center features here in a minute here. So great. Switchvox has no hidden costs, mentioned that a couple of times. Here are some of the features that are included. Most competing solutions charge some additional amount for some or all of these. The switchboard lets you control your own calls here. You can see that in the top left. You can also access, history or voicemails. There's different views that you can create and then share with some or all of your users, and they can then, if you like, allow them to personalize it too, so that it kind of suits their needs. And the call center is a snapshot of the reporting there. We'll talk about all that more in a minute. Integrations mentioned, you've got some integration options here. For example, Microsoft Active Directory or LDAP integration, even for the authentication to log into the platform. Salesforce integration, click to dial, logging calls, sharing status. Got Chrome and Firefox integrations so that you can actually click to dial on any web page. Got mobility options. You can create your call rules for these based on whether it's a direct call or a queue call, whether you want to send it to your soft phones or ring your desk phone. You can do time-based rules, converge up to 6 phones to act as one, seamlessly move calls between them, and you can include internal numbers and external numbers in those processes. So, in conferencing that's shown here, you can create a personal conference room for every user, so they've got a dedicated conference room and they'll never have scheduling conflicts as a result. You can add security with a 5-digit passcode. You can choose to play sounds and announce callers when people join the conference call. So lots of flexibility in how all of that works. And collaboration, mentioned chat, video, screen sharing, guest chatting with people who are outside of Switchvox. And the last note here on Microsoft Teams, you got the, again, click to dial for contact phone number extension directly in the Teams interface. The outbound call will be made on your Switchvox at that point. So great. And here we'll talk a little bit more now about the switchboard. So included with every Switchvox user, the switchboard provides all the tools you need to thrive in today's fast-paced communications landscape. So, it works like a virtual operator panel, provide more than just call control. It's got the basic controls like dialing and receiving calls, but you also have advanced functionality like transferring, recording, parking, monitoring calls. It's got intelligent queue monitoring and management capabilities. There's lots of options, configurability, and this is really an exciting area of the product that would encourage you, if you're interested, to reach out and we can do a demo and give you a visual on how it all works dynamically. It's designed so that every employee can customize it to their needs. It again starts with either an administrator set template or a blank canvas, and from their users, they're able to add or remove widgets, allowing them to make sure it works for their daily routines. Okay, and here's some more of the Switchvox widgets pictured. You can see the queue member activity widget. It gives you real-time visibility into what team members are doing, who's available or on the phone, how long they've been talking. And as a manager, you might want to record or monitor the call. This interface makes it very easy to do that. Call distribution can be very important. Without the right tools, outbound call campaigns or dispersing calls between sales and service team members, call management can become difficult quickly. Traditionally designing and implementing a contact center is a cost prohibitive and difficult task for all but the largest of businesses. But the switchboard and Switchvox really makes it very approachable. And by automating call flow and optimizing staff efficiency, you can focus on providing your clients with the best products and service possible without the burden of having to go through expensive add-ons on your UC platform to make that possible. We provide advanced queue features, again, at no additional cost, so allows businesses to get more customizability or more configuration options into how they service their customers. Things like queue priority. Maybe you have a dedicated phone number for your most important clients, and that they always will get answered faster. We've got global arrival time. You ensure that customers are put in contact with an agent as quickly as possible. By assigning certain callers to designated queues or priorities. With the global arrival time, if you're moving between queues, everyone I think has probably experienced that. You wait for 5 minutes, you reach somebody, and you're in the wrong department, and you got to wait all over again. Well, this helps you solve that for your customers. They won't go to the bottom of the list if they do need to be moved between departments. So lots of cool options there. Even overflow agent capabilities, where if certain criteria are met, like wait time exceeds a certain point, you can add a set of additional users as secondary agents that overflow, and that those team members will then start getting some of the queue calls too if the queue becomes too full. And particularly important, in 2020 here has been virtual callers or queue callback. It allows a caller to choose to not wait actively on the phone, saves you some telecom cost, and allows them to kind of keep their position. They hang up and they get a call back. I think we're all familiar with that experience, and it's become more important here in 2020 here during the pandemic, where there's been more constraints at times on resources and hold times have gone up and so forth. So that's a nice feature, again, available to all of our customers. And so, this is for agents. Sure, contact center requires a different set of features, but it's also useful for receptionists or, an accountant or, somebody who just needs to have a view into some other part of the organization. And the modular panels can be moved, resized, removed completely. It just gives you the flexibility in the switchboard, to benefit your user and their needs. So. Well, okay, so the contact center functionality here, this is the wallboard. It enables agents and managers to monitor call statistics for sales and support departments in order to drive performance. You can display this on a large screen in an office environment. Agents can put it on their monitors while working remotely. So the Switchvox wallboard shows real-time statistics for the call queue agents and managers. And you can see things like the missed calls, number of requested callbacks, average talk time, the number of agents who are in a busy status, what the average wait time is. Things that are, of course, very important to a call center. And also important to call centers and other areas of the business too is reporting, and that helps you measure performance. It's vital to the bottom line, and robust reporting is available in Switchvox. So it can help you pinpoint the inefficiencies in your call routing and help you understand where peak demand times are. Maybe inform your decisions around hiring additional agents and how to organize agents across departments. The call reports will provide, some of the things they'll provide, I should say, is the performance, productivity. It can help you calculate your call cost, your SIP trunk reports to manage your expenses, quality of service reports to monitor customer satisfaction. There are ad hoc and schedule reports that can be set up very easily. You can choose your breakdown, your fields, the date range. You can choose whether to export them, HTML or Excel format, a chart graphic. And again, you can have those on a scheduled basis emailed to you so that they're coming right to your inbox or the inbox of other executives or what have you that need to get that information. So very easy to use. With how powerful and flexible Switchvox is, you might expect it to be hard, but we know that many IT managers have 20 or more systems to manage, and not going to be an expert on all of them. So while it's powerful, Switchvox has been designed to be very approachable. Features are logically organized with a nice UI, available to both users and IT managers. We've got guided tours. As new features are released in the admin or user panel, we put out guided tour videos to walk you through the new feature and how to use it. So free online training, is available to both users and admin audiences. How to use the switchboard in more detail, the user interface, the phones, the admin interface. Troubleshooting resources are available, in the admin. It's simple and intuitive diagnostic tools that are available to you there. And then phone provisioning, Switchvox makes it really easy. Actually, it auto detects your desk phone for easy provisioning. You can choose different provisioning methods, for automatic assignment codes or extension and password or open enrollment with no authentication at all. With your mobile phone, it's actually even easier. You just scan the QR code that appears and it automatically configures your soft phone for your users. So that's pretty neat. All right, so that was a high-level review of some Switchvox features. Just want to also give you a quick overview of some of the hardware endpoints and services that you're likely to use with Switchvox here. And so these are our D-series phones. For the sake of time, I'm not going to read through the specs on each one here, but I'd like to mention that if you choose Switchvox Cloud, we're often running a promotion where you actually receive a free D60 rental for each user. That's the phone there in the top left. We have at the bottom left here our D80 phone, which offers a beautiful display. It's our executive phone. It has all the bells and whistles. If you have a call center in your organization and maybe you've got some managers who, they need a lot more BLF keys, maybe the receptionist, what have you. There's a sidecar here, top right, can be added to the D65 to expand that out. And then of course we got the deck phone bottom right. If you need to be mobile, maybe on the sales floor or in the warehouse, for example. So all these, hardware desk phone options, give you flexibility and have easy provisioning again within Switchvox. Okay, and here we've got a couple of our wireless headsets, the H20 and the H10. These are obviously super important for call center agents, but have, I think, gotten a lot more attention as we've been working from home and sometimes noisy environments. If you got kids doing the homeschooling, what have you, in the background, in the next room, whatnot. So more and more use for the wireless headsets. And so the H20 here offers automatic provisioning with the D and S series Sangoma IP phones. It's compatible with the Switchvox desktop soft phone through the USB connection. And it's got great battery life. The H10 is, got a similar feature set, but without the soft phone integrated support. Okay, and then just last content slide here. Really want to talk about the SipStation retail service. So I mentioned at the top of our call that Sangoma provides a complete solution, for UC that's including trunking. And so SipStation provides an integrated experience with Switchvox. Allows you to automatically get it configured and set up in there. It makes it very easy to use. You get unlimited inbound and outbound calling per channel on SipStation. It's a robust service portal that's available to you to manage your account. Your calling area is continental US, Hawaii, and Canada. We do, of course, offer porting availability, and that integration I mentioned into Switchvox is not simply just the setup, but it provides you with the SMS capability that a lot of businesses, of course, want. Um, Last slide here has got some contact information on it. Of course, contact us either at this email or phone number if you have questions following our meeting here, or you want more information or a demo. We'd love to do that. I've got, I think, some questions in here that I'm going to pivot to now. Um, Maybe some things that go beyond we can or can't see your screen right now. So again, apologize for that. All right. Okay. I see several comments on the screen, working, not working. Wow. I see a couple questions and then a note that it was answered. Thank you. All right. Well, I'll tell you, if anybody wants to see the slides that may have been missed, of course, the recording won't make those available, but I'd be happy to provide those to you as well, through another format. Apologize again for that technical difficulty here. But looking through the questions, I think we got it all answered. I'm hoping that the slide I'm currently looking at is visible to everyone. It tells me it is. But just in case, the email address is sales@sangoma.com. That's SANGOMA.com. Or the phone number 877-344-4861. Again, sales@sangoma.com, 877-344-4861. If you need to reach us with any other questions or would like a demo, we'll give you a much better idea of how this will fit within your business. Scanning again and not seeing, I do see a couple extra questions here maybe. Oh, thank you. All right, looks like that's probably it. Well, I appreciate everyone joining the call today. And thank you for your time, and you have a great rest of your day. Take care.